Good morning. How are we? Well, good afternoon for some, like me. It's actually afternoon, just after midday here in Wales. But good morning to the majority of the world, or for some of you, especially from Australia, good evening. So hello, welcome. So welcome, especially to those I've never been here before. My name's Della, and this is the alternate corner channel. And welcome back to those I've been here before. Nice to see you again. So I want to do a quick video. I'm going to go into the Karen Reid stuff, not into the evidence and stuff right now with this video. I wanted to just discuss some stuff with people that is irritating me in a minute. But before I go into it, please make sure you like and subscribe. I nearly forgot to say that. Normally I have a script, not script, but normally one of the mods, Sarah P, she normally gives me this stuff. You've got to remember to say like, subscribe, and I always forget. So please like and subscribe. And also, if you want to become a Taco member or Blue Wench member, where you get access to all my videos and to a Discord channel, then feel free to join the channel as well. So here we go. So I was cruising yesterday, watching the NFL. I'm a big fan of the NFL, college football and everything, American sports in general. So obviously Taylor Swift's there in Kansas City, waving, swearing, and all this. So when Travis Kelce gets injured, and I'm cruising through X and seeing all these things about Brian Kohlberger, Karen Reid, and some other cases as well now where people are delving into, and quite honestly, it was pissing me off, to put it quite bluntly. And especially with the Karen Reid stuff, because every time I go and research, or just on X itself or on YouTube and stuff like that, there's this massive 50-50 divide out there, where some people are like, she is guilty, is horrendous, she shouldn't be, her lawyers are all, lying, making stuff up, blah, 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 blah. And also the other person they go after is Turtle Boy. If you don't know who Turtle Boy is, he is a YouTuber slash, I'd say, journalist from Boston. I don't know him personally. I know his name's Aidan. I don't know him. I've never spoken to him. I know he's got a lot of stuff out there. But he was recently arrested, and there's all these things going around Aidan because he's a big, staunch Karen Reid supporter and wholeheartedly believes she's innocent and stuff like that. So I will go into it a bit more depth. You can do your own research. Just put in Turtle Boy, Boston, Karen Reid, and that'll come up. And a lot of other information will come up as well. Now, I'll give Aidan this, Turtle Boy, this credit. He is 100% correct when he says that Karen Reid is innocent. Because currently, in the state of the world we live in now, she's currently innocent. Any and every defendant is innocent unless proven guilty. Now, the only way that she can be proven guilty is through a court of law. And we're not there yet. And we've got all these people saying she's guilty. Now, will she be found guilty? No idea. I have no idea. I've not looked at the case, and I'm only beginning to look at the case now. So I can't judge on anything. I've got nothing to look at. And even if I did have stuff to look at, I'd make my own judgments based on what I found. But ultimately, the only judgments you can actually make is what is introduced in court. I see people now saying, well, this happened 20 years ago, 10 years ago with Karen, or they might not introduce it into evidence. And so, well, then it's worthless. You can't make a judgment based on something that the judge might deem that doesn't come in. Just go, no, we dismiss it. We don't want it in the trial. It has nothing to do with the trial, so it's dismissed. So in that case, well, you can't use it as evidence. Some people say, well, even if it's not used, we still know Karen did X, Y, and Z years ago. She got drunk in a pub and told someone to fuck off 20 years ago. I don't know. I made that up. I don't know if that's true, but that's the kind of stuff I'm seeing. I'm saying that should be in a murder trial. I was like, But these are the people we're dealing with out there. I've always been staunch. Always been staunch about the fact that be careful who you listen to out there as content creators. Genuinely, and I've not done massive amounts of research with Karen, but I can tell you now, there's no one out there that I would presume that it has been fair and accurate with this. And that means Turtle Boy and everyone. Like, he's staunch. Karen Reid is innocent. There's nothing else. It's like one road that he doesn't look at anything else. It's like, like a horse, he's coming out of the, what do you call it? Coming out of the barn, but no, it's not when you're racing, coming out of the, whatever you call them, boom, and they're racing, and it's like, you can't see anything. That's fine, because she's innocent, unless proven otherwise. But on the flip side, people are coming out with some stuff, and I don't have a clue where their sources are. Some people are saying they've got these like secret sources, and trust me, I love that. Trust me, guys, I've got a source. Fuck off with you, trust me. Like, I've had sources before, right? And I think I've only used one trial where I used a source. I've had sources in other trials. I've never used them or never said it because A, I don't know how reliable these sources are. B, I know they're super close with the family and stuff like that. So there's potentially bias there. So you've got to be so careful who you listen to. That's why I like to do my own thinking. And that's why I always source stuff and go, right, this is where I got this information from, this is where I got this information from. Take it all with a pinch of salt, and I'll make my own judgment on. You can look at my videos and you can say, wow, this guy's full of shit, or this guy's, well, actually, yeah, I like where you got that information from, whatever. But essentially, you've got to make your own judgments. And also, if you're going to look at content creators, that's absolutely fine. I'm not saying they shouldn't look at content creators and what they do, but don't just look at one. Oh, I love this content creator. They're the best. They're the best. So we listen. No, that's sheep thinking. Look at various content creators. Even if you don't like them, look at them and listen to them, even though it's pains you years to listen to some of them. Because you need a big contrast. That's if you don't want to do your own research. That is. People will normally highlight their sources, and as they should. And people should also highlight content creators. This is, what is speculation, what is not. A lot of people don't do that. They give their opinions as if it's fact. Well, it's in fact not fact. And when they're called out, and they go, well, it's just my opinion. Fucking say that, man. Say it's your opinion in the video. Don't come out now and say it's your opinion. I've seen other content creators create videos, and people have said to me, "Oh, go and watch this," and I follow the thread they're in about a certain video. People called them out for misinformation, and they go around hiding those people's tweets now. It's like, do you really want to listen to people that content creators that delete their tweets first and foremost, and B, hide other people's tweets when they come at them and be like, no, that's wrong. These are the reasons why they're wrong, and they just hide it. I don't trust any content creator that does any of those two things. I'll never delete my tweets. The only way I will delete a tweet is if I think I deleted one tweet before because Twitter made me delete it, but it was nothing major anyway. And I've still got a screenshot of it. So somebody came out after me, you deleted it? Yeah, I got a screenshot. Twitter told me to do it. I got the email from Twitter. They said it was too crude. So I deleted it. Otherwise, I don't delete it. I'll eat my tweets. If some of my tweets I can imagine from 10 years ago, Jesus Christ, I'm too scared to even look at it because they're probably I would be absolutely rinsed right now. But in the moment, in that time, that's what I thought. So why go back and delete them? I don't agree with that. And I also don't agree with digging people's pasts up from what they said like 10, 15 years ago, unless they do the same back. There's some people that do it, and if they do it to other people, then they're fair game. But careful when you try and call out is what I'd say to that. I try not to call people out because unless it's misinformation on their videos and stuff like that. Because the past is a past in a lot of ways. But if you go after other people's past, then be prepared to have your own past exposed as well. So yeah, I don't delete, I don't hide people's tweets and stuff like that. I just let them be there. You can call me whatever you want, say whatever you want. And if I'm wrong, I'll apologise. And there's a couple of times that I have been wrong, and I have apologised. Not very often, but if I feel like you sometimes tweet and then you come back and reflect on it, you're like, I wish I could have got that back. And sometimes you need to apologise, and I will apologise in that spot. But I'll always stand by what I say. Um, but any content creators that delete or hide other users' tweets, telling you now, don't even bother with them because they do not want the truth out there. They don't like to be called out. They're so defensive. Don't. I will never ever watch any of that stuff. I think it's bullshit. But anyway, we're going off on tangent there. I don't even know why I went off on that route. Anyway, but Karen Reid, as I say, she's an interesting one because people are twisting facts. People are twisting little things. That's why I want to get the court documents myself and see for myself what's been said. You can't look at the media and what's been put out in the media. You can't look at people like Turtle Boy and some other YouTubers or whatever and make your own decision. But just take it with all with a pinch of salt. I've always thought that the biggest problems out there were people with clickbait. JLR, for example, all he does is clickbait, but people love it. People love clickbait. I'm surprised how many people don't actually care about truth. They just want clickbait. Anything that's clickbait, anything that fits the narrative of because you've got people that are very loyal to certain podcasters or certain YouTubers. I think I've got a handful of people that are super loyal to me. But I'd like to think that those that are super loyal to me will call me out for my bullshit if they feel like I'm putting any misinformation out there or anything like that. Because that's the kind of channel I'm trying to build. That it's not one dynamic thinking. If you come to my frigging channel for a trial, you wouldn't know which way everyone's leaning because most people have the mindset that I have of everyone begins innocent unless proven guilty. As the trial progresses, some people then like, no, he's guilty. Some people are no, not guilty and stuff like that. And as long as they can have a conversation, sometimes it gets heated, but it's always respectful. As long as it happens in a respectful manner, I'm fine with that. And they know they can come after me and put me in check. I've got no issues with that. Keep me in check. Don't agree with my thinking. I've got the mic. I can say whatever I want, but people in chat will call me out. Well, I don't agree with this because of X, Y, Z reasons, but they'll always have reasons for it. Those that follow people like JLR, who think that he's Godspeed, and do you know what? Right, I gave the guy credit the other day, weeks ago, about the work he was doing about when those escaped convicts and stuff were out there. I was like, fair play to him, going out there. But then he comes back and he makes a lot of bullshit up about Brian Kohlberg and that case and this case. It's just like, dude, why are you doing all this for clicks? Surely you've got enough support behind you. Just get the truth out there. Because it's people like him that infuriates me because they give all YouTubers a bad name. Because people think that every YouTuber then just does everything for clicks. I don't do stuff for clicks. I might do this which was a click, fuck it. But I tend not to because I want people to have honest conversations. But unfortunately, clicks is where it is. People want clicks. People want controversy and stuff like that. People generally, I never thought I'd say it, but people generally don't want the truth. If it genuinely does not fit into their narrative or their favourite podcaster or favourite YouTuber's narrative, they don't want to know. It's like, la 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 la. Okay. Simple as that. And the more I was thinking about it, I was thinking about this morning, I was like, I'm always blaming these YouTubers, podcasters and stuff. But actually, it's about time we actually hold the audience to account as well. Because people are actually just as accountable as anybody else. Because you guys are out there not willing to listen to other side of the story, or not willing to do your research, or not willing to think of people as innocent unless proven guilty and stuff like that, then you're just as bad. Those are the type of people that I wouldn't want on my channel. Those are the type of people that mean I probably won't grow as a channel because I don't want people to come in and go, well, that person's guilty. I want open-minded audience. I want people to come in and be able to have a view with the inclusion that, you are open-minded to the fact that this person currently Whether you like it or not, on day one of this trial, this person is currently innocent. As the days progress, by day two, 100% they might be guilty, and you might have that thought, no, they're guilty. I respect that. No issues. But you can't come into a trial on day one, or if you do come into a trial on day one based on what media says, don't come to my channel. Or if you do, then be open minded about it, because I don't think you should judge any trial, no matter who it is, what they are on the media. So for me, in a way, I need to stop blaming just content creators, because the content creators do all these clickbaits because that's what the audiences want. That's what people want. And I was thinking about that. I was like, yeah, that's probably why certain channels that I call clickbait, channels like JLR, they grow up. They grow. They boom. They're huge because people like that sort of thing. But that's not the sort of channel I personally want. And that's probably why I'll never become any kind of superstar or a huge channel, because I'm more inclined to look at justice rather than clicks. And unfortunately, justice and truth telling, they're boring. And that's a fact, they're boring. If you just base everything on evidence, well, you can't make a Netflix documentary of this. You can't, that's why, so yeah, actually, it's not just content creators; it's the people out there. You guys need to do your own stuff. If that's what you want, crack on. But you won't get it here. And I know I'll probably lose subscribers for that. People go, "This guy's a dickhead." Maybe I should be in the approach of let's make it all these clicks. Nah, not yet. One of the reasons I made this channel was because I didn't like the fact that people were doing stuff for clicks, and that we had to listen to podcasters saying that people were guilty before the trial even started. I will look for justice, and I've been called, or I've been told to go back and concentrate on your own country, go back and look at Wales. Um, shove your nose out of South Carolina, shove your nose out of the US. You're not welcome here. I've been threatened. If you come over to our place here, my husband and these people are going to beat you up. We're going to get you arrested. All because I call spade a spade. Simple as that, you know. And these people go, oh no, it's because of you said this, you said. I just say what I want to say. But what I will say, I stand by it. And what I say is the truth. Whether people like it or not, I speak the truth. When you speak the truth, people got nothing on you. It doesn't mean the truth is always good. Like I've probably said bad things, but it's still the truth. Not many people can say that, and I'm proud of that. And that's why I'm proud of this channel. Anyway, I'm going for tangent again. What the fuck am I doing? Anyway, so there's other cases out there, right? That people are opinionated on, and one of them is AlexMurdaugh. And I think people are divided. I'd say most people think justice was served with AlexMurdaugh in terms of the murder. Now, financial crimes, I think 99% of people think that he was guilty of that, and he's, if anything, if I'm being honest with you, I thought it was quite a light sentence. I think AlexMurdaugh did quite well out of that. I was quite surprised. I was expecting people saying that he's going to get 100+ years for all that. So to get, what to get, 27 years, 23 years? I think it's 23 years he gets after the 85% rule comes in or something like that. He's done quite well for himself there. When you consider, I know he's been an old man, but done quite well for himself. And people look at going, well, he's got the 2 life sentences, obviously, for Maggie and Paul for the murder cases, which is fair. But that's where the divide is. I'd say the divide is probably 80% that I was the right decision, 20% would say that I was the incorrect decision. Now, I would say that maybe it's a little bit bigger than that. When it happened, I would say 90% of people said it's just, and 10% would be like, no, that's not right. But I do think there's more following now of people that are actually seeing some of the evidence for AlexMurdaugh go in and starting to question it and going, oh, there seems to be a lot, because we were told the only corrupt person in South Carolina was AlexMurdaugh. But all of a sudden, we're seeing a lot more corruption coming out of South Carolina, with lawyers, with, they got a jury there that has family members or witnesses on there, or a brother of a witness, a key witness at that, in the trial. Like, what the and you've got lawyers, attorneys in South Carolina justifying it. It's like, what the? Would you ever trust that kind of attorney? I wouldn't. I think they're pieces of shit. You got other people like Eric Bland, obviously going out there trying to make a name for themselves and in the media because of it. Now he's being exposed as a bit of a fraud himself, in social media. And by fraud, I mean people now seeing him for who he actually is. He's more concerned about the media than he is about actual victims. So there's a lot of things coming out. You've got the clerk. I don't know too much about the clerk. I know that she's involved in some corruption, with the AlexMurdaugh case, but again, I don't know too much about it because I haven't got time to delve into everything. So if I don't have the time to speak about it, I don't delve too much into it. So I'd say do your own research on that. But there's a lot of issues around her, and her son was arrested recently. He was the head of IT for um, is the government in South Carolina, and he oversaw like emails and phone calls and all that. And so some people speculating, and this is speculation, that he was involved in some of the tampering and, may have deleted some of Becky's calls, his mother's calls, and that's all speculation. Do your own research on that. So that sounds dodgy. There's other attorneys that came out that have, obviously been involved in fraud and stuff like that. So I was just think, well, actually, maybe AlexMurdaugh wasn't the issue here. Maybe he's just he was supposed to be the scapegoat. Evidently, he was supposed to be the scapegoat, but didn't quite work out like that. I think there's more to come from that area, and I'm sure there's certain podcasts out there that will make sure that his name is kept out there. But the one thing I would say about that trial is that whether you agree with it or not, okay, the jury spoke, fine. I do believe there should be an appeal, and obviously the process is beginning now. But the evidence as a whole is out there. So if you take away all the financial crime evidence, you can still make your own judgments based on the evidence that's there. I mean, I can look at all that and go, right, that video of him down the kennels does not look good. That to me makes it quite clear that, for me personally, more than likely he was in the area when all this happened, or close to it. There's no actual timestamp, obviously, but common sense, I think you need to have a little bit of common sense sometimes. So he's in the area. Do I believe he shot Maggie and Paul? I don't think he shot Paul. I don't think he could have shot Paul. I think Maggie, maybe, but I don't think he would have done it all himself. And I've said that before. It wouldn't surprise me if there were other people there that he owed money to, or that he knew were gonna go after all of his family, buster everybody, and he just has to eat it. So he knows who killed them, whether he paid for it, whether or not. This is pure speculation on my part, because anyway, I do think he was down there or near the area when they were shot. I just don't think that the state proved the case. I don't think. I think there was more than one person there. There had to be more than one person there because, again, common sense. He could never have cleared everything away, got rid of all the DNA, got rid of all the blood, got rid of them. He could have done it all himself, in my opinion. So we don't have the full story. So he is in prison for, in my opinion, not that he's innocent of it, but that it did happen the way they say it happened. So so you could say, well, he doesn't matter. It's just that he's in jail, but in prison. But I don't know. Something doesn't sit well with me. I think I'd rather get the truth. Why? Who did shoot them? Does that mean that he wasn't involved at all? No, I'm not saying he wasn't. You can make that your own um, opinion of that. But what I'm trying to say is the evidence is there, so you can actually look at all that and make your own opinions on it based on that. As I say, I don't think that he did kill them, or if he did, he may kill one, not both. And I do think that other people are involved, based on the evidence that I've seen, and that's with timings of getting rid of evidence and stuff like that. That's just me. So I hope he gets another job just so he can prove that. He'll end up. I still think he'll end up in prison because I think that he either paid or knew who did it. But that's just my opinion, and based on evidence. The other one is, you all know, ZachariahAnderson. Most people don't want to look at. This is a good case because a lot of people I know don't want to look at the evidence on this. The evidence is all out there. You can make a decision whether you think he was guilty or not. I've gone back and looked at the evidence, and I know after looking at the evidence that he's innocent because the DA, the corrupt DA, made a case of saying there was blood everywhere in the van, there was this, that, and then we find out there was no blood. There's absolutely no blood in the van. Because the lab techs presume there might be a little tiny speck of blood in there. But then if you look at the actual van, it's a typical van. It was dirty. There was dust everywhere. So if you clean the whole van and bleached it, why is all the dust still there? So none of it makes sense. The timeline doesn't make sense and everything. You can go to freezachariahanderson.org and all the evidence there, so you can make a judgment on that trial. So I would totally believe there's an innocent man right now in prison based on the evidence. But I can make that presumption because I've viewed the evidence. We can make a presumption that now some people won't move from that and will just still say no. And no matter what you say, they will always say that he was guilty. I've looked at the trial. Yeah, you looked at the trial, but unfortunately, what you didn't look at is all the lies that have since then come out. Because what people unfortunately don't realise is that attorneys lie, DAs, they lie. And by lie, they stretch it. Like he just got one lab technician to say that she presumably might have been blood, and that was enough for them. They were, right, it's blood, it's everywhere. He even said in his closing speech that the body was found. Anyway, I could go on about that all day, every day. But anyway, so there's sort of that case that you can go into and you can look at and you can have your own opinions of because there's evidence there. As long as you're open-minded and willing to look at that evidence, it's all there. There's another one that's similar to Karen Reid, that Brian Kohlberger. Again, there's a divide about guilty, not guilty. At the end of the day, the guy is innocent unless proven guilty. So you got all these YouTubers again out there shouting from rooftops how guilty he is. They've seen this and that. He was in the house, or he was stalking the house. It's been proven he was there. Nothing's been bloody proven. It was pings. But the pings could have happened with his phone in the bloody house. His phone was off in the car. How do you know it was off? How do you know he switched it off? He might have lost signal. Because some people out there in that area know the signal's super bad. So his phone could have been in the car, but no signal. He could have run out of batteries. There's so many things that could have happened, and there's speculation in this trial. But people are just like, yeah, he's scumbag, guilty. That's the kind of trial that you can't have an opinion. The only opinion you can have is he's currently innocent unless proven guilty. So you should all wait until his evidence is seen in court. But people are impatient. People are not willing to do that. People want to make decisions now, and once you make a decision, bang, that's it. You don't come off it. You do not know. Because also, people, like in Karen Reid's case, once you make a decision, people are afraid to say that they were wrong. And most people, I think, in life don't like to say they were wrong in any case. Whether you're a content creator, whether you're just a viewer, you don't want to be in that position where you have to admit that you were wrong. Whoa. If you admit that you're wrong for this, what else? It's a sign of weakness for most people, for a lot of people. I think that's bullshit. It's just, end of the day, I can for sure tell you right now that Karen Reid and Brian Kohlberger are both innocent. Until they have their day in court, they're both innocent. Now, once you see the evidence, that your mind could be turned, and you could say, oh, as long as they prove that beyond a reasonable doubt that they're both guilty, then that's fine. I'm not saying they're both going to be found not guilty. I'm saying that they both deserve to go into that trial with the presumption of innocence. And in some ways, if you see people out there that keep saying they're both guilty, don't follow them. Don't follow those. Why do you give them your clicks? Why do you bother following people that 100% say they're guilty? And in a lot of ways, a lot of people make pictures up. I've seen videos, I've seen photos, and people photoshopped and stuff. And then people have looked at it and go, oh, no, so-and-so said this, so that's evidence, that's a fact that happened. Only evidence that we could ever use in any of those two cases will be presented in a court of law when they both when the trials begin. Ooh, it's quite dark outside, there's a car coming. So yeah, my point is, well, I'm not sure what my point is. Be careful who you listen to in terms of podcasters and YouTubers out there, but also be careful who you listen to on X, because I see people out there, they're not content creators and stirring the pot, they're making people think that others are guilty or others are making stuff up, but like people going after Turtle Boy, and like I say, I haven't looked at Turtle Boy stuff. I did look at it at the start. I was going into it, I thought he had some good stuff there, but since I know he's such a staunch Karen Reid supporter, I decided not to really look too much into his stuff, purely because I know he's biased towards Karen, which again is fine because you know innocent unless proven guilty, but you've also got to look at the bigger picture of it all. Like, what does the evidence show? It's not to say she's guilty, but some people say in the glass of her rear view, not rear view, the rear glass in the car, brake glass, breaking, Jesus Christ, I can't speak, the braking glass, whatever you call it, was in her home, and some people saying he was there in wherever John O'Keefe died and stuff. And I'm saying, some people saying these things. I'm not looking at the evidence myself. I need to go and look at it, and that'll, hopefully give me portrayal, and then the defense and the state can then argue this, that, and the other. I know there's a lot more evidence to be turned over. So, in a long-winded way, this is an over 30-minute video. What the hell? I know most people around here still watching this, and that's fine. But as the majority of people that know me, I'm passionate about stuff like this. I'm passionate about justice, passionate about making sure that people have a voice. I'm passionate about the fact that people are innocent unless proven guilty. And as I say, that's probably one of the reasons why, I might not be as popular as some others, because the difference between me and I would say the majority of YouTubers, especially, is I'm truthful, and people don't like the truth. So anyway, there we are. What can I say? We're going way over time here. This is supposed to be like a 10, 15-minute video, but I've been over it. It is what it is. Just to finish, I'm not saying don't look at YouTubers at all. There's a lot of people out there that I do look at and I listen to. One of those I listen to every day is Harsh Reality. I think he's really good. He's got a lot of information there. He's similar to me in the sense that he believes in the judicial system. He speaks his truth. He says it as it is. So he's someone I would advocate. Another person I would advocate with Kohlberger is Andrea Burkhardt. She's from the area. She's very unbiased. She says it as it is as well. So those are probably two people I personally do follow when it comes to Kohlberger. With Karen Reid, I've not found anybody yet that I would suggest following. And that's being honest. If I did, I would tell you. And there's some people that told me, you need to follow this person. I've listened to some of their stuff. No, I wouldn't. I would never recommend them, because they're the type of people that go out and delete and hide other people's opinions when they're called out for being wrong. So if I ever find out somebody, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'll just keep it honest. I might not be the entertainment you want in terms of it's boring testimony, it's boring evidence I put in. But one thing I know, or you should know, is it's the truth. So if the truth's boring, what can I do about that? But anyway, remember, please subscribe, please like the video, and please take the time to look at what I've got to offer as a member. If you fancy becoming a member, we call them Tackle Club and Blue Wedge. Both are different levels of price, but both exactly the same. Trying to make it affordable for all. But so yeah, with that, as always, free ZachariahAnderson, and yeah, catch you guys later. Ta-ra for now.